Well, a very good evening from Phuket, and tonight I've brought us over to Patong, where we're going to take a look at Bangla Road. Now, as of yesterday, which was the 1st of July, all the bars, clubs and nighttime entertainment venues were allowed to reopen back up if they wish. So of course, last night Bangla Road reopened for business. Now, Bangla Road has been closed for quite a few months, so I thought rather than coming down on the first night opening, of course it's going to be busy on the first night, I'd wait and come down on the second night, which gives a better reflection of how Bangla Road is going to be going forward, for the time being anyway. So grab yourself a drink and I will be right back after this. So we've just parked up on Ratchatit Road, just down a little ways from Bangla Road, and as I've come through Patong, I've been looking around to see what businesses are open, and to be honest with you, it's quite a grim scene here, so I'm not expecting a lot from Bangla Road. As I mentioned, last night it was officially opened. There was a lot of interest from, of course, the media. I've saw quite a few videos online today, people posting from last night, but I thought I'd wait and come down on the second night, and already I can see that the bar here, the Red Hot Bar or Red Hot Club, is not open. The bar on the corner there is not open. Coming through this main road into Patong, I've noticed a lot of bars, clubs, businesses, restaurants all closed down, so still a lot of businesses choosing to remain closed. Okay, I think we're going to have a temperature check done to go in. Still quite a lot of clubs not opening. Not quite sure what we've got to do here. Swadee Krab. Okay, this is interesting. Not seen one of these before. Looks like a decontamination chamber. I've not seen that before. Quite interesting. Okay, well, I can already see that Bangla Road is extremely quiet compared to what it would normally be pre-COVID days. Honestly, over the last sort of 5 years, Bangla Road has steadily declined, but up until COVID there was a little bit more life than what I can see tonight, for sure. It's looking quite grim, to be honest. Now, of course, the borders here in Thailand are still closed. Well, when I say closed, they're closed to tourists. They are just starting to reopen the borders up. Now, as of the 1st of July, the borders have started to begin to open up. And when I say begin, there is some restrictions, of course, on who can enter Thailand. No tourists at the moment. It's mainly people that are married to Thais, people with work permits, residents. But there are quite a few requirements that you need to meet if you wish to enter the country. You will need medical insurance, you will need a COVID test certificate, so you need to pass all the requirements before you will be able to gain entrance into Thailand. Now, already I can see the Tiger Bar and nightclub, that is closed. I'm not expecting many places to be open. Illusion, now that looks like it's actually open, which has surprised me, because of course that's a very, very large club here on Bangla Road. But that looks like it's open for business. I'm not sure how much business they're going to have inside, right? Because I don't see a lot of people wandering around. Yeah, 7 closed, yeah, you can see the 7's closed. Quite a lot are choosing to remain closed, and that doesn't surprise me, to be honest, because of course without any tourism, Bangla Road really, this is all for tourists here. So without the tourists, in fact Patong is a tourist destination, and without the tourists then it's simply not going to be able to survive. because there's just not enough people. As you can see there, bar open, one customer I can see, and that's all, just one customer. So very, very bleak picture. Nothing that I wasn't expecting, to be honest. As I've drove in, coming through Patong, I can see that there are an awful lot of businesses still closed, and I don't see these businesses opening up much before tourists are allowed to come back in. When that will be, we're not quite sure, of course, and what the restrictions will be. Sea Dragon, Soi Dragon. Now this is where some of the go-go bars are situated here on Bangla Road, but already I can see that all the go-go bars down the bottom are closed. Looks like on both sides they're all closed. Of course, not expecting them to open. Again, go-go bars really aimed at the tourists. So there is a few bars open at the moment, but when I say a few, I do mean only a few. Another little small soy here, but as you can see, the only bar that's open is the pink bar on the corner. Then we've got a couple of bars here that are open. The Moon Bar, the Black Horse Bar, no customers in the Moon Bar, a couple of customers in the Black Horse. So quite quiet. Now, I should mention it's about 7:30 in the evening, so it's not exactly late. Now, as I mentioned, the bars have been allowed to reopen. However, they must meet 22 requirements to stay open, otherwise they could be forced to close. These requirements include the staff having to wear face masks, no contact with customers, etc, etc, etc. So quite a long list of requirements that the bars need to meet, which is going to make it very difficult for some of the bars along Bangla Road to be able to operate normally, because of course a lot of the bars, especially the clubs, and when I mean clubs I'm talking about the go-go bars, the go-go clubs, there is a lot of personal contact that goes on in these venues, so that isn't allowed at the moment. So how they're going to get on with that if the current requirements don't change, I'm not quite sure. And I have already seen on social media pictures of girls wearing bikinis with face masks, etc. So quite some funny images, but it's not so funny when you're looking at Bangla Road from a business point of view, because of course these businesses are not going to be able to survive under the current conditions with no tourists and all these restrictions. It's not really a place where people are going to come and visit and want to spend money. The only thing I will say that it's benefited from being closed is they've re-tarmacked the road. I know there's been some work done on the drains. Yeah, Moulin Rouge. Nat pointing out one of the dancers, but apparently some of the requirements that the bars and clubs need to meet is there is no dancing allowed. Hopefully she won't break out to a full-on dance, or they may risk getting closed down. So no dancing, no singing, I believe. Quite an interesting list of requirements. I can see quite a heavy police present as well on the actual Bangla Road. Noticed a few officers knocking about, especially at the beginning where you come in, both ends, and there's a few at different areas along the road as well, so they're monitoring the situation. I guess they're monitoring to make sure the bars are complying with the rules at the moment. Of course, Bangla Road was one of the places here in Phuket that was quite heavily affected by COVID, and that's why it was closed down. Really depressing to see this, to be honest, a real shame. Not quite sure how some of these businesses are going to survive, especially if things don't quickly change. Now, of course, some people love Bangla Road and other people hate Bangla Road, but whether you love it or hate it, it is very much a part of Phuket. Thailand, infamous for its nightlife, of course, with the younger crowd. A lot of young single guys come over to Thailand to have a good time, a party. I know, going back a long time ago, that's exactly the reasons why I first visited Thailand. Before, of course, I was married. All those days are now long behind me. I gotta be careful what I say here, because I'm walking next to the wife and she'll probably smack me over the head. The nightlife here in Thailand, of course, is infamous. That's what people want to do. They want to come over here and party, and there's nothing wrong with that. It used to be a great atmosphere, but unfortunately now there are some major restrictions on what people are going to be able to do going forward. Well, not really much more I can say on Bangla Road, unfortunately. I think it's going to take quite some time to even get anywhere near to what it was just before COVID, let alone what it was when it was in its heyday. It seems a long, long way from the scenes that people see online of this whole road being packed to the rafter with people. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at Bangla Road. I wanted to come down on the second night or the third night of opening to get a real reflection of it, not the first night, because of course more people would have been down here last night as it being the very first night of opening, and that's not really a true reflection of what this area is going to be like going forward from now on. So that's one of the reasons why I've come down on the second night, to get a real picture of and feel for how it's going to be, and to be honest, it's not looking great. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this evening's video, and if so, do remember to give it a thumbs up. Any comments down in the section below. Of course, don't forget to check out my description. All my affiliate links are in there if you are interested. Facebook group, my website is also listed down there, emails, etc. Well, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, you take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.